Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Podcast. Today is Friday, June 7th, 2019. Today I'm going to recap Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, pick Game 6 for Sunday night because no podcasts over the weekend. NBA Finals, Game 4, we'll pick that. Baseball, go over yesterday's games, look ahead to today's games. French Open, look back on yesterday's matches, look ahead to today and this weekend's matches. Men's baseball, pick those games and series. More baseball news and best bet of the day. All right, Stanley Cup Final, Game 5. The Blues come out victorious by a score of 2-1 to take a 3-2 series lead. No goals in the first. Second period, Ryan O'Reilly, 55 seconds in, his sixth of the postseason, 1-0 Blues. Third period, David Perron, seventh of the postseason, 2-0 Blues. Yes, I get it. There should have been a tripping penalty that would have put the Bruins on the power play, but the Blues take advantage of the no call and score a goal. Then Jacob DeBrusk, his fourth of the postseason, made it 2-1 as the Blues hang on to get the important Game 5 victory, and now they're one win away from their first Stanley Cup championship in franchise history. So, what a moment for them. And speaking of Game 6, that is Sunday night, 8 o'clock, NBC. Doc Emrick, will Edzo be back from the Belmont? We don't know. I'm going to assume he is because it's an important game. Pierre McGwire, too. It's going to be fun. You know, I had the Blues in 6 before the series started. I'm going to stick to it. I think it's meant to be for the Blues. So, I'm going to say they win their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Get the big win. I'm going to say 4-3 Blues in overtime in an all-time classic game. I think it would be only fitting if the St. Louis kid, Patrick Maroon, scores the game-winning goal, series cup-winning goal, after scoring the game-winning goal in Game 7 against Dallas a few rounds ago. So, give me Blues 4-3 in overtime. Patrick Maroon scores the winner. Blues will be your Stanley Cup champion. Now on to the NBA, where tonight, 9 o'clock, ABC, Game 4, Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Doris Burke on the call. Golden State's favored by 4.5. I believe Klay Thompson will be back tonight. Kevin Durant's not back tonight. But I think Golden State will bounce back. I think Klay will maybe be rusty early on, but I think we'll get it going. I expect the bench to be better. Stephen Curry was at his very, very best in the last game. I expect him to be great again. I have somewhere in the 30s or 40s. I think Draymond Green will have a bounce-back game. I think that Boogie will bounce back. And I think the Warriors will even up this baby at 2 apiece. So give me Golden State by a score of 115-109. I think it'll be close. So they barely cover and they get the victory. And Game 5 is Monday, so we'll pick that on Monday's podcast. Now we'll move on to baseball. I'm going to go through the scores, look ahead to today. Mets over the Giants 7-3. The Mets are 30-32. The Giants are 25-36. Seth Lugo to win, he's 3-0. Mark Melancon the loss, 2-1. Zach Wheeler started for the Mets, 7 innings straight, 3 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 4.61. Sean Anderson, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, ERA 4.18. Pirates over the Braves, 6-1. Pittsburgh 30-31. Atlanta 33-29. Chris Archer to win, he's 3-5. Mike Foltynewicz lost 1-5. Felipe Vasquez gets his 15th save of the season. Chris Archer, 6 innings, 6 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 5.2. Mike Foltynewicz, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, ERA 5.89. Rays over the Tigers 6-1. Rays are 37-23. Detroit's 23-36. Jalen Beeks to win, he's 5-0. Daniel Norris the loss, he's 2-5. Ryne Stanek was the opener, 2 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 2.88. Jalen Beeks 4 in the third innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 2.76. Danny Norris 5 and 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 4.6. Red Sox over the Royals 7-5. The Red Sox are 33-29. Casey's 19-43. Colton Brewer the win, Danny Duffy the loss, Matt Barnes the save. Ryan Weber was the opener. An inning in the third, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and a strikeout ERA 5.2. And Danny Duffy 2 in the third innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 4.68. Cards over the Reds 3-1. The Cards are 31-29. Cincinnati's 28-33. John Gant the win, he's 5-0. Michael Lorenzen lost 0-1. John Hicks gets his 12th save of the year. Dakota Hudson 6 in the third innings, 5 hits and a run, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, ERA 3.7. Anthony DeSclafani, 5 innings, 6 hits and a run, a walk, 7 strikeouts, ERA 4.7. Brewers over the Marlins, 5-1. The Brewers are 35-28. Miami's 23-37. Freddie Peralta the win. Caleb Smith the loss. Josh Hader gets his 14th save of the year. Peralta 6 innings, 4 hits and a run, no walks, 9 strikeouts, ERA 5.11. Caleb Smith 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 3.41. Rockies over the Cubs 3-1. The Rockies are 32-29. The Cubs are 34-27. Peter Lambert the win, his big league debut. Jose Quintana the loss, he's 4-5. Sam Oberg gets his 3rd save of the year. Pete Lambert 7 innings, 4 hits and a run, a walk, 9 strikeouts, ERA 1.29. Jose Quintana 7 in the 3rd inning, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 3.77. Astros over the Mariners 8-7 in 14 innings. The Astros are 43-21. Seattle's 26-40. Chris Davinsky to win, he's 1-0. And the losing pitcher for Seattle dropping to 0-1, Matt Festa. Justin Verlander started for Houston, 6 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA 2.4. Tommy Malone started for Seattle, 5 in the 3rd innings, 3 hits, and a run, a walk, and a strikeout, ERA 3.1. Yankees over the Blue Jays 6-2. The Yankees are 39-22. Toronto's 23-39. Jay Happ the win, he's 6-3. Edwin Jackson the loss, 0-4. Aroldis Chapman gets his 18th save of the year. Jay Happ 7 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, no walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 4.48. Edwin Jackson 3 in the 3rd innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, ERA an ugly 11.9. Twins over the Indians 5-4. The Twins are 41-20. Indians are 31-31. Jose Barrios the win, he's 8-2. Trevor Bauer the loss, 4-6. And Trevor Rogers gets his 6th save of the year. Max Kepler 3 homers, by the way. Jose Barry 6 innings, 2 hits and a run, a walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 3.14. Bauer 8 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA 3.93. Rangers over the Orioles 4-3. The Rangers are 32-28. Baltimore's 19-43. Ariel Gerardo to win. David Hess the loss. Sean Kelly gets his 7th save of the year. Gerardo, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 2.78. David Hess 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, ERA 7.08. Angels over the Athletics, or my bad, it's the other way around, 7-4. The A's are 31-31. The Angels are 30-33. Mike Fiers the win, he's 5-3. Tyler Skaggs lost, he's 4-6. Mike Fiers 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 4.76. Tyler Skaggs 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 4.97. Padres over the Nationals 5-4. The Padres are 32-31. The Nats are 28-34. Joey Lucchesi to win. He's 5-3. Patrick Corbin lost 5-4. Kirby Yates gets his 23rd save of the year. Joey Lucchesi 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 4.21. Patrick Corbin 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 3.59. Today's games at 2:20, you have the Cardinals and the Cubs. That's Miles Mikolas and Cole Hamels. 7:05, Reds, Phillies. Tyler Mahle and Zach Eflin. Diamondbacks, Blue Jays. Merrill Kelly and Marcus Stroman. Rockies, Mets. Antonio Senzatella and Jacob deGrom. Yankees, Indians. Domingo Germán and Zach Plesac. Twins, Tigers. Undecided for Minnesota, but going for Detroit is Matt Boyd. Rays, Red Sox. Yanni Chirinos and Rick Porcello. Braves, Marlins. Mike Soroka and Jose Urena. 8 o'clock, A's, Rangers. Brian Anderson and Lance Lynn. At 8:10, Orioles at the Astros. Gabriel Noah against Gerrit Cole. Pirates Brewers. You have Brandon Woodruff for Milwaukee and Rookie Davis going for Pittsburgh. 8:15, White Sox Royals. Ivan Nova and Homer Bailey. Mariners Angels at 10 o'clock. Marco Gonzalez and Andrew Heaney. Nats Pods. Eric Feed and Nick Markovich. And Dodgers Giants at 10:15. Clayton Kershaw and Drew Pomeranz. All right, now we'll switch over to the French Open. We'll start with the men's. Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal are facing off as we speak. And at 9:45, you're going to have Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem. So that's going to be interesting. I had Nadal winning and I had Djokovic winning. Women's side, you had Marketa Vondrousova defeated 26-seeded Johanna Konta, 2 sets, as Vondrousova moves on to the final, as I predicted. Ashleigh Barty over Amanda Anisimova, that took 3. Ashleigh Barty, that was a good performance by her. Anisimova, as I thought, would keep it competitive. You have the final tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, NBC. 8-seeded Ashleigh Barty against Marketa Vondrousova. I believe your winner will be Ashleigh Barty. She's been on a great run. I think she gets it done. So give me Ashleigh Barty over Marketa Vondrousova, and I think it'll be competitive. The men's final, that will be on Sunday to be determined, 9 o'clock on NBC. I think that it will be Nadal against Djokovic. And I'm going to say that Djokovic wins it. But let's say if it's Djokovic against Federer, I think it'll be Djokovic. If it's Thiem against either of those two, then I think that the winner of Federer-Nadal would beat Dominic Thiem. So my official prediction, I'm going to say Novak Djokovic over Rafael Nadal in what should be an all-time match for the ages. Now move on to men's baseball. We'll pick the series that begin today. In the Louisville Regional, Super Regional Game 1, you have East Carolina and Louisville. These series are supposed to be 3 games, if necessary, so it's a best of 3. Both these teams are solid. I think it's going to be Louisville in 3 games, and I think Louisville takes Game 1. 3 o'clock ESPN2, Oklahoma State and Texas Tech, and it's the Lubbock Super Regional. I'm going to say that Texas Tech sweeps. Nashville Super Regional, Duke and Vanderbilt, 6 o'clock ESPN2. I'm going to say that Vanderbilt sweeps. They are just such a good team. 9 o'clock ESPN2, Game 1, Michigan and UCLA. I'm going to say that Michigan is competitive, but ultimately UCLA pulls off the sweep. Game 1 of the Chapel Hill region, Auburn and North Carolina, 12 o'clock ESPN2. I'm going to say that North Carolina wins in 3 and they win Game 1. 12 o'clock on ESPN, Ole Miss and Arkansas. Ole Miss is the host. Arkansas host. It's the Fayetteville Regional. I'm going to say Arkansas in 3 with... I'm going to say Ole Miss wins Game 1, but Arkansas wins in 3. Starkville region, you have Stanford and Mississippi State. 3 o'clock ESPN2. Guess what? This is going to be my upset. I'm going to say that Stanford wins in 3. 3 o'clock ESPN tomorrow afternoon, Florida State against LSU in Baton Rouge. I'm going to say LSU in 3 with LSU taking Game 1. And the Game 2s that are going to take place are the ones that had the game ones taking place on Friday, and then the game ones that take place on Saturday, their game twos are on Sunday, and their game threes, if necessary, are Monday. And in the game threes of the ones that are playing today, if necessary, are going to be on Sunday. Some baseball news before we get to best bet. Dallas Keuchel signs a 1 year, I believe it's $20 million with the Atlanta Braves. I think that is a wonderful fit for Keuchel. He goes to a team that has a young rotation with some guys struggling in it, with like Kevin Gausman, who hasn't been great, and Mike Foltynewicz hasn't been great. But anyway, it's a great signing. $13 million was the total for the Braves. It might not work out early on. I think the first couple starts will be a little rusty, but he's lucky he's going to a big ballpark in Atlanta. He should be pitching in a lot of home games there. That should help him, and I think it was better for him to go to the National League rather than the American League, especially the American League East, to a team like the Yankees, where you see the Red Sox a lot, and you see all these teams that have good offenses in that league in the smaller ballparks, although Philadelphia wouldn't have been the best fit for Keuchel because of the small ballpark, but Atlanta's the right fit, or one of the right fits, because of the bigger ballpark. I thought Atlanta and San Diego were the best two fits, and he chooses Atlanta, and Atlanta had the bigger need, and that was a very smart signing by the Atlanta Braves front office, and I believe he'll help them. Do they win a division or a wild card? That's remained to be seen. I think they're definitely in the mix for the National League East. That was my pick to win the division before the year. I thought they would get a starting pitcher via trade or free agency, so they get their man in Dallas Keuchel. And last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by DraftKings. I'm avoiding the NBA Finals because of the uncertainty with Klay Thompson, and I don't think it's a lock that the Warriors win. So we'll do tennis, and we'll do baseball. We'll go with Novak, as Nadal just beats Federer. We'll go to the women's side. We'll take Barty for tomorrow morning. We'll go to baseball. We'll take some teams that are big favorites, like the Atlanta Braves over the Marlins. I want to take DeGrom and the Mets, but the Rockies have just been hitting the ball well lately. I'm going to avoid them. You have to go with the Astros over the Orioles. We'll go with the Brewers again. They rebounded the other day against the Marlins. We'll see how they do against the Pirates and Rookie Davis. We'll go with the LA Angels and Andrew Heaney. The Mariners have just been so bad. And then we'll go with the Dodgers and Kershaw on the road at San Francisco. $13.33, wagering $1, payout of $14.33. Next podcast is Monday. We may do a couple podcasts sporadically throughout the weekend as we go through every baseball team's drafts and which picks are likely to emerge in not only each team's top 30, but potentially the top 100 overall once they update the lists. I'm going to do a podcast with my buddy Jeff Burns tonight as we will preview and pick the Belmont Stakes for tomorrow. And we'll also talk about the Stanley Cup and NBA Finals with him, as well as a couple other topics, like the Nets trade that I forgot to mention. We'll get into that with Jeff tonight. And then, obviously, we'll go over to French Open, men's baseball, and I'll have an NHL mock draft for you on Monday's podcast because I forgot to do it today. And obviously my best bet for Monday night. Hope you guys have a great weekend, everybody.